Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the channel, and first up just a quick apology for not releasing a strategy guide for round 8 of the FIA Nations 2020 series. It was a road car with very little strategy involved, so I actually decided just to give that one a miss. We are back with round 9 of the Nations series with another quickfire strategy guide. It's Group 3 machinery at Dragon Trail Seaside. Well, let's take a look at the settings for this one. There are settings on the screen. We have 13 laps to get round, tyre wear at ×5, fuel consumption also at ×5, and just the racing hard tyre available. No mandatory tyre for this one, and it looks very much like tyres will not be the issue, but that fuel is going to be the deciding factor. So the car that is dominating the leaderboard at the moment is the car currently on the screen. It's the Peugeot Gran Turismo. Group 3 machine, very fast in a straight line. It's an MR car, so also handles pretty well, and there's the leaderboard as it stands when I was doing the video. You can see it's absolutely dominating. Now, one thing we didn't mention from the settings is that this one is a grid start. Now, this is a big weakness of the Peugeot Gran Turismo car. It is very poor off the line. This is me against the AI cars. We put traction control to 1 to try and get a bit of a launch off the line, but we're still beaten away by both the BMW and the Huracan, and other cars were giving us problems down towards turn 1. We have another go. Again, both the BMW and the Lamborghini have beaten us off the line. We're under pressure from the Supra, so a big weakness of this car is getting off the line, so that's definitely something to keep in mind if you're going to choose this car for the race. Obviously it is top of the leaderboard, so I can see a lot of people gravitating towards this one. It is also very quick round the track, but getting that car off the line is going to be a bit of a problem, and if there's other cars getting used, you can easily lose a lot of positions that way. So as we said, fuel seems to be the deciding factor on this one. Now, driving the Peugeot flat out, it looks like we're good for about 7 laps. We've got the fuel on the screen there. You can see we're just going up to the end of lap 5, and the sort of laps remaining is just dipped under 2. So we can get about 7 laps out of a tank of fuel without any kind of fuel saving, just driving the car flat out. And here we are coming towards the end of lap 7, and we're going to go into the pits now. This is refueling when you're running flat out. So we don't change the tyres because the tyre wear is not too bad, and for this kind of sample we just want to take a look at the fuel. So you can see we have been sitting there for quite a long time as we take on the fuel necessary to complete the second half of the race. Once we finally got going, we've been sitting there refueling for 16 seconds, and that is quite a significant loss any way you look at it. So my suggestion is, for this one you do want to be doing a little bit of fuel saving, not a lot of fuel saving. So we've gone back out in the Peugeot, and we are going to just sort of do some short shifting, changing around about 50% on the rev counter. You can see we're a good bit slower in terms of lap time, maybe losing about 0.7 to a second some laps, but you can see the difference also in the laps remaining. So whereas we're getting about 7 laps with not fuel saving, we're coming to the end of lap 8 here, and we have 2.6 laps remaining. So fuel saving in that manner will sort of stretch the fuel out to 10.6 laps, and you're going to see the difference that will make in your fuel stop. So again, not taking on tyres, and we're actually only stationary for 6 seconds, so 10.6 seconds less than the non-fuel saving run. So that's the two options that are available in terms of fuel. You can either go flat out or you can fuel save. You can see the difference there between the two different ways of handling the fuel. But one thing we've not talked about is tyres. Now, it's only ×5 tyre wear on hards. Tyres will last the distance, no problem, but they are starting to get a little bit sketchy on this car towards the end of the race. So if you do choose to change tyres, it's around about 4.6 seconds of an additional loss. So that is definitely something to consider. Now, of course, you do not have to use the Peugeot Gran Turismo, and if you're going to use something else, then I would maybe recommend this car on screen. It is the Group 3 Citreon. Now, what is good about this car is that you're not going to have the same problems off the line that you do with the Peugeot. The Citreon with traction control set to 1 absolutely launches off the line, which is a huge plus in this race given it's a grid start. So you can see the difference there, whereas the Peugeot was passed by both the Lamborghini and the BMW, the Citreon has no such issues whatsoever. Easily get to the first corner ahead of the AI cars, and that could be a huge advantage come race day if you're surrounded by Peugeots. Now the Citreon has many other strengths as well. It is very, very good at fuel saving but keeping strong pace as well. So we've been fuel saving in this one, literally changing around about 20-25% on the rev counter, and you can see the lap times are very, very solid in comparison to the Peugeot when running flat out. So the Peugeot when running flat out was doing sort of low 139s, very late 138s as the fuel burned down. When it was fuel saving, it was kind of doing late 39s and sort of early 40s. Now the Citreon's having absolutely no problem in doing sort of mid 39s, and that's all while saving fuel. So driving like this, the Citreon is good for about 10.5 laps and actually able to sort of lap quicker than the Peugeot in the same sort of manner. So what I'm trying to say is that if you drive the car in the same way or fuel save in both of them, you'll get 10.5 laps out of both, but you'll be about half a second quicker in the Citreon. So this is my car that I would recommend for the race. I've quite a lot of experience in the Citreon, so I certainly know how to drive it. It's good at fuel saving, it's gentle on the tyres, it's not too difficult to drive, and as I said, you can fuel save in it and really it loses very, very little pace when fuel saving, which I think makes it a very, very strong car for this combination. So a race that looks fairly simple on paper, looking at the settings, is actually fairly complex when it comes to the strategy. Now if you do decide to go flat out, then you are going to be sacrificing that for a very long pit stop. Of course, being in the pits for so long, you're likely to drop behind quite a few drivers who have decided to fuel save their way to the same point in the race, so you're going to have to fight your way through them. So that's also something to take note of if you go for the flat out option. Fuel saving is not for everyone, I get that, but I think it is the way to go in this one. Depending how you are in tyres is going to sort of make that decision for you whether you're going to change tyres or not. If you're not good in tyres, then I suggest that the 4.6 seconds that you lose to change tyres is probably worth having a new set for the second half of the race. If you happen to be good on tyres, then that's a potential 4.6 seconds to be saved in your pit stop. So with fuel being so critical in this one, if that happens to be a weakness of your game, then please do check out my video entitled Why Fuel Saving is So Important. There's some handy tips in there on how to sort of save fuel in the various ways in which you can do. But that is my thoughts for this one just now. Please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button if you like what I'm doing on the channel. I do appreciate them all. But until the next video, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you on the next one. Goodbye now.